What's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining me here again with my new hat to check out The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Super excited for this one. This is the David Fincher directed one. I know a couple of you mentioned that there is, I believe, a Swedish one as well from 2009. I'd definitely be down to check that one out as well at some point, but this is the version that I'm checking out today, and I'm a huge David Fincher fan. He's one of my favorites, so I'm very excited to check this one out. And I don't know much about the film. I do know that it stars Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara, who are both actors that I'm familiar with and respect, so I'm sure that they're going to give great performances. And I know that the movie, I think, is based off a book or a book series, and so a lot of great movies are based off novels, and so that's a good sign for me as well. But can't wait to check it out. Hopefully you guys enjoy watching my reaction to it. As always, if you'd like to watch along with me for the entire length of the movie, definitely check out my Patreon. The link for that is in the description. You can find my full-length reaction to this as well as all the other stuff from the channel, and love to have you there. But also appreciate your support on here. Always love interacting with you all in the comments. Appreciate your insights and looking forward to your thoughts on this one as well. And by the end of the video, if you enjoyed it, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. That helps the channel out a lot, so I appreciate that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I hope that if I'm not familiar with the books at all, that I still appreciate this movie. I don't know if you need like a background knowledge of the book to appreciate it. Hey, Stellan Skarsgård, my man is back from Chernobyl. Freaking legend in that show. Hopefully he's a legend in this as well.
I have nothing against Mr. Blomqvist. He's a fine journalist who I don't believe is guided by malice. What he wrote was inaccurate.
So our man James Bond is a journalist then. Definitely a bit of a lower stress position than he's usually in movies.
Credibility isn't dead yet.
Mine is. I'm going to go home, crawl under the duvet for a week.
I'll call Gregor, tell him I'm not coming home.
So is that his wife or just someone he's dating?
No one here particularly likes her.
I like the kind of sleek black color, just kind of the more dreary palette. It looks really nice.
I'm concerned you won't like her. She's different in every way.
She looks so different than her role in Social Network. She's gone down quite a different path ever since her and Mark Zuckerberg broke up.
I need to know if there's anything about him I might find unsavory.
He's had a long-standing sexual relationship with his co-editor of the magazine. It wrecked his marriage, but not hers.
Interesting. So they both cheated on their spouses with each other. So is she some sort of journalist as well? Is this movie going to be like two rival journalists going after each other?
You needed a better attorney.
I like the way this is edited. It's very fast-paced, kind of like The Social Network was. Although this is a much longer movie, so it's probably going to cover a lot more information too.
He'd love to talk to you about a private matter.
Have him call me.
But he would love to speak to you in person.
Well, I'll be on the 4:30 train back to Stockholm.
Unless we get snowed in. I'm joking. You'll be home tonight.
It's a little disconcerting though to hear him joke about that. Now I'm a little bit on edge. The music in this is so good already. Trent Reznor or whatever his last name is, he's really good at composing interesting pieces of music.
I need your help.
Doing what?
Officially assisting with my memoirs. What you'll really be doing is solving a mystery. You will be investigating the most detestable collection of people that you will ever meet. My family.
Dang, I like the sound of this. Love me some mystery stories.
This is Harriet, the granddaughter of my brother. Someone in the family murdered Harriet, and for the past 40 years, it's been trying to drive me insane. The sun was down, the excitement over. We sat down to dinner. Harriet wasn't there.
I also really loved the way that sequence was edited. I feel like we covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time.
Someone killed her. Someone close enough to know what she used to give me each year on my birthday. Those are from her, and the rest from her killer.
So the killer is just mimicking what she did just to torture him mentally. This is a good setup, man. I'm excited to watch this. Love mystery type stories.
As for compensation, I'll pay you double your salary for as many months as it takes. I will throw in one more thing, and it can't be bought at any price. Hans Erik Venestro. You were right about him.
Oh, dang. He can turn everything around for him then if he solves it. That's all the motivation I think he'd need to be able to do what he's asking. It's really just left barren. Jeez.
Jesus.
Respect to him for feeding the cat.
My brother, Harold. His daughter, Cecilia, lives over there. Harriet's mother, who lives there. Delia lives over there.
Quickly losing track of who's who here.
Me too. It's definitely introducing everybody very quick.
Hugh Martin's house, Harriet's brother. He runs the company now, as I think I told you.
You live there?
Yes, you're right. The man who hires the detective should always be kept on the suspects list.
That was a bit creepy right there. The way that he responded to that.
I've studied it more times than I can say.
List of names, numbers, and...
They were all local phone numbers.
Seems like Daniel Craig's gonna have to do a lot of retracing of steps that have already been gone through by the police officer and everybody else.
Starting now, you will be given a monthly allowance. You'll provide me with receipts. Would you prefer institutionalization?
Geez, she seems to have a rough go of things. My man Boris, let's go. So excited to see him in something else. Dang, that guy picked the wrong girl to try and steal from. I'm wondering how she's connected to all this story, because we haven't really seen how yet.
How many partners have you had in the last month? And how many of those were men? It's regulation. I have to ask these things. And why do you need such an expensive computer?
For work.
You do something for me, I do something for you.
This guy is one creepy dude.
I want you to have that computer.
Don't do it. This guy is a scumbag. What the freak? She's in such a terrible situation. The music's super unsettling right now, too. Oh, that was a pretty cool camera move. Shoot.
I just want to get a clearer sense of what Harriet was like.
At least her father wasn't a Nazi.
Was he abusive?
Mine.
No, hers.
She was obviously very unhappy.
So what do you think happened to her?
Everyone knows what.
Seems like most of the family seems very annoyed whenever he mentions Harriet. The interactions with the family members like that make me feel like there's definitely something more going on that people aren't telling him.
Elizabeth, come on in. So glad you decided to come and visit.
I just want my money.
Let's see if we can help you out with that.
Oof, this guy's so creepy. Oh gosh, don't like that one bit. Jeez. This is dark, dude. Holy crap. Her screams make it even more uncomfortable because they're so realistic sounding. Oh, is she recording it? What a genius. Doesn't make the situation any less awful, but at least she'll be able to have control over the situation now. I mean, I'm assuming that's what that shot of the bag was signifying.
I apologize if you've been having financial problems with the magazine.
So what would you say to taking on a partner?
We value our independence very much.
Well, independence in publishing is dependent on advertisers.
I'm getting suspicious of these guys. Is this their true motive the whole time?
I need some money.
Oh, come on in.
Please tell me she doesn't have to go through this again now that she has stuff on him. I still assume.
I feel a bit badly how we left it last time.
Me too.
Yes, dude, take this idiot out. Let's go. Oh, that's so satisfying. Freaking hated that guy.
You recognize this? I had it with me last time. I set it here, remember? It's not a snap. It's a wide-angle fiber optics lens.
Yeah, she did record him. She's got like that superhero makeup right now on her eyes. Oh gosh. I'd be more horrified if it wasn't satisfying to see this dude suffer.
We're going to go to my bank and tell them that I alone have access to my money. Nod. Each month, you will prepare a report. In it, you'll describe how well I'm doing, how sociable I'm becoming.
She's freaking intimidating. Rooney Mara's killing it in this role.
What do they say? They say I'm insane. No, it's okay. You can nod, because it's true. I am insane.
Oh, jeez.
Nod.
I'd be freaking terrified of her. That guy certainly deserves some bad karma. She sees someone out there that like spooks her? That seems to be what her reaction is.
The investigator's name. That is her name, yes? I can't find any record of her, and I'm pretty good at that kind of thing.
Would it really matter what her name is?
Well, it would if I wanted to speak to her, yes.
Now it's all connecting. She's gonna be his partner on the case. Sweet.
Who is it?
It's Mikhail Blomqvist. May I come in? You and I need to talk.
This is very interesting storytelling style because we've already watched each of them separately for, I assume, over an hour now, and this is only the first time they're meeting. Usually in a movie, if people are gonna team up or something like that, they'll be together much sooner in the film. I kind of like it though because we have a more in-depth look at who the characters are.
Elizabeth. Oh, can I call you Elizabeth? I want you to help me catch a killer of women.
That's definitely gonna get her attention because we know how much she hates people who disrespect women. I like how he just calls it cat. Bro, if anything happens to the cat in this movie, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Oh, we need to find a carpenter.
No, dude. How did I know that was gonna freaking happen? Gosh dang it. Stop killing animals you put in movies. That's a freaking disgusting way to kill an animal too.
You were taking pictures too that day, and I'd love to look at them if by some miracle you still have them. So that's you there. Just after this was taken, after she'd seen something across the street, she was murdered.
Man, I'm nervous to see what these pictures tell. Hopefully she still has them.
Would you mind if I made a copy of this?
Is it this guy facing away, this soldier or police officer? Oh, she's back.
I didn't care much for your last report. Let's see a little more enthusiasm for my recovery in next month.
I love that she's just got absolute power over him now. She's such a BA. I mean, we obviously haven't gone through the whole movie, but so far, her performance, Rooney Mara's that is really, really good. He was telling the truth before, earlier in the movie, when he said it's pretty in the spring. I assume they're in the spring. Oh! Freak! That scared the crap out of me. Things are getting dangerous if people are starting to try and kill him. Music is so freaking haunting. The composer has done it again. Did it in Social Network. It's awesome in this as well.
You know, I'm pretty sure this is a bad idea.
Why?
Well, apart from the fact that I'm old and we work together.
You work with what's her name and that's worked out for you.
This is gonna complicate things later in the movie. I don't know so much about her, but I could see him developing some sort of attachment that might come back to bite him.
What I don't have is Vanguard Industries records. That's what I want. Will you authorize it?
What have we got to hide? This is what he needs to finish. He should have permission.
He's channeling that Boris attitude, helping him out right now.
I need to know where all factories, offices, and projects were from 1949 to 1966.
You already have everything.
No, I don't.
Then you'll have to do without.
Mr. Fruda said I have access to whatever I need. This is what I need. Call him.
I love how she doesn't take any crap from anybody. She just goes for it. Her performance in this is so unlike anything else that I've seen from her.
Come in. Tea?
Please.
Oh, he's got rifles. But certainly he's not the one who was shooting at him earlier. He's too old and frail.
That's Godfrey's boy.
That's Martin.
Oh, shoot. And that's the guy from before Godfrey, Daniel Craig's guy, was talking about. Man, I freaking hope by the end of this that I understand what's going on, because it's a very difficult movie to keep track, and I appreciate it, because if everything's just too easy to understand and piece together, then it's not quite as enjoyable. Oh, this is the house he was meeting in earlier, huh? Oh, wait, no, this is Boris's house. The way this is being cut right now has me on edge big time. And the music has disappeared as well, which does not bode well. Everyone knows the music disappears, the bad guys are near. Oh, he has rifles as well. Dang it, I really hope it's not him, because I wanted to root for him in this movie. Jeez, he's cutting it so close right there. Oh, freak, he saw him.
Hi there.
Everything is screwed now. I thought he was gonna get out of there.
I stopped by the hospital on my way home. Henrik asked me to ask you something. What was that? Come on in. I'll make you a drink.
Don't go in now. Dang it. This guy's the bad guy, isn't he? Mr. Skarsgård, you've betrayed me. He noticed the missing knife. I don't know how capable this guy would be, though, if he doesn't have a weapon on him.
Do you hunt? We should go hunting together sometime.
Sure.
Oh, this scene is so well done. I'm loving it.
We'll have better luck with a gun. When we go hunting, the gun rather than a knife. I want to show you something.
Freak, how the heck is he gonna get out of this situation? He needs Rooney Mara to come save him right about now.
Inside.
Oh gosh, that was terrifying. Knocked him out with the gas in seconds. This is creepy torture dungeon or something?
Where is she?
Stockholm.
No, that's a lie. She's at our offices. So when Lisbeth leaves, I'll get a call from security so I can be at your cottage to greet her. Can't thank you enough for bringing her to me.
As upset that I am that Stellan Skarsgård's playing a bad guy in this one, he does do a very good job at it. Very unsettling in those last few scenes.
While you were upstairs, having moose with me and Lee, I had Irina down there in that cage. Who is Irina, you might ask? Just another girl.
Whoa, he's been operating under everybody's noses.
Your sister, Harriet, wasn't just another girl.
You found her. What happened to her?
So does that mean he didn't kill his sister? Who did then? Oh no. Don't put it there.
Never had a man in here before.
Hey.
Yes! Let's freaking go. She was cutting that way too close. Oh, we getting a chase? Oh, dang, he is out. That was a really well filmed chase. In my opinion, that looks sick. Finish him off. Whoa, okay, well, yeah, dang, the car just exploded and did the job for you. What sick cinematography right there. That's awesome. That was a pretty intense third act right there. That was well done. Shouldn't be surprised though. It's David Fincher. He always does a good job.
Martin didn't deny killing anyone. But when I mentioned Harriet, he was confused. He didn't kill her. What if she did somehow manage to get away? And if she is still alive, then there's only one person in this family who would know where she is.
Interesting. I wasn't expecting to have more additional third act material. I thought when Stellan Skarsgård Martin died that we had resolved everything, but I guess not.
What is it now?
Before he died, your brother hung me from a hook, Harriet.
Whoa, she's Harriet. I was not expecting that. Goodness.
Hello, Henrik.
I'd only been in a few scenes, but that was some powerful acting right there.
I'm sure he thought that you could destroy Veniston with this in the court of public opinion.
The court of public opinion now celebrates people's bad behavior. I can't do anything with this.
I did some work on my own on him before you hired me. I may have something.
This movie moves so fast. Like, I thought we would be done a while ago, but it's still got more story to tell. It's not a bad thing. I'm just surprised that it's covering so much.
What happens now?
Police will investigate, FI will investigate. You go to court, maybe you'll go to prison.
You think?
Probably not. These guys never do.
It's the unfortunate truth. The guys with money don't get punished as much as everybody else.
I need to borrow some money. 50,000.
I really don't think I've got 50,000.
Yes, you do. I'm sorry that I know that.
They have quite the trusting relationship. Dang, just giving her 50K like that with no assurances he'll get it back.
I'd like to transfer those accounts and convert them to bond.
Naturally, you have the clearing codes.
Naturally.
How many accounts will we be transferring?
30. Which you will receive a 4% commission.
I will.
What the heck? I was excited because I thought that I'd grasped the movie and everything that was going on, but now within this last little bit, I feel like there's a bunch of stuff going on that I'm not fully understanding.
Wennerstrom began emptying accounts at Bank of Kronfeld in the Cayman Islands, was then spread over a number of accounts with the help of this confederate seen here in Zurich.
Oh, I get it. So she was emptying the guy's money that Daniel Craig's character had issues with. So because of their conversation earlier about how he wouldn't get that much punishment because of all the money he had, she just basically screwed over his whole life.
It's nice.
Your father?
A friend?
Must be a very good friend.
The way that this movie has been edited and the way the story has moved so quickly, I feel like I've just watched an entire season of a TV show. Oh no, she got all that stuff for him and he's back with her. Oh, that freaking sucks. And why the heck is Daniel Craig going back with her? She hasn't done any favors for him. Oh shoot, that's kind of a somber ending, a little bit bittersweet because they solved all the mysteries, including Daniel Craig's law issues or lawsuit issues, but they didn't solve their own relationship. It's a good movie though, like it's definitely a mental workout. There were a few times during that I was worried that I was just going to be completely lost and it was going to end and I'd have no idea what the story was, but I think I have a good grasp on it by the end. Highlights for me were definitely the acting, specifically of Rooney Mara, and Daniel Craig was good as well, but his was a little bit more toned down, I feel like, compared to her. And then the editing, I feel like, was insanely good, because this movie, the same as I said during Social Network, could have easily been like 2 hours longer had they gone for a more traditional editing style, but they packed so much into this. And then the music, I think, was really good as well. Obviously, with it being the same composer that I loved from Social Network, that should be expected, but I thought the music was really good throughout, very unsettling at times. And I'm curious if the Swedish version that people were talking about is the same story pretty much, or if there's a lot of different aspects of it. Since I did enjoy this one, I would be interested in checking that one out eventually. One thing that I wanted to look up before I started my post-analysis was who the cinematographer was for this movie, because I thought it looked really, really nice and sleek throughout, especially just the kind of black tones, and it was very muted colors. And the lighting I thought was really fantastic as well, and I'm surprised that the guy who was the cinematographer for it hasn't done too many movies. I mean, he has done several movies that are really, really good movies, things like Social Network, Gone Girl, Fight Club, all of which have great cinematography, but I was surprised that he hasn't done a lot more, because I would think with his skill that he would be much more highly sought after, but maybe there's more to it. And one thing that I've thought about that I feel really added to my enjoyment of this movie that I didn't really mention was just the atmosphere that David Fincher created with his direction. I feel like I was just sucked into that world for the 2.5 hour runtime, and I wasn't really ever taken out of it. I feel like it was always holding my attention, and I feel like for a mystery type movie, atmosphere is one of the most important things, because if you don't feel any sort of suspense or dread or uneasiness about the mystery that they're trying to solve, then the reveals or discoveries aren't effective. And so I feel like the atmosphere really contributed to this movie, and it's definitely quite an epic experience when I think back on everything that we covered and just the setting and the characters. And as far as I know, this is like a standalone type story. I don't think there were any sequels of it per se. I know there was that other Girl with the Dragon, whatever, that came out recently with Claire Foy. I didn't see it, but I saw previews and stuff for it. I don't know if that's in any way connected to this. If there's any other movies besides the Swedish one that's already been mentioned in this kind of world or this series, definitely let me know if there's anything worth checking out, because I enjoyed this one enough to want to see more from it. But I hope you enjoyed watching my reaction to this, and as always, if you'd like to watch along with me for the entire runtime, especially since this is a long one, definitely check out my Patreon, link in the description. That's where you can find that, as well as all the other full-length stuff from the channel. And if you enjoyed it, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. That helps the video reach more people, so that'd be much appreciated. But looking forward to interacting with you in the comments of this one, especially since there's so much covered and a lot of twists and turns and maybe some things that I missed. Definitely would love to hear your insights or maybe your thoughts on the film. But until the next video, I look forward to seeing you all later. Peace.